By ridding myself of a few bad money habits, I was actually able to attract money into my life. Just this past week, I received $500, and my bank account, which used to be at zero, is now steadily growing. If you want to learn what money habits may be holding you back, stay tuned. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Project Girl Boss channel. My name is Nessa, and in this channel, we talk all things money, entrepreneurship, and how to become your own boss by leveraging the power of social media. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about 10 bad money habits that may be holding you back and give you some tips on how you can break these before the year ends so that you can step into 2020 on the right foot. The trouble with bad money habits is that they can sometimes be difficult to identify. We have gotten so used to them in our day-to-day life that sometimes we don't even see the negative impact that they're actually having, mainly leaving us broke. But before we jump into the bad money habits, I'd like to take the opportunity and invite you to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so that you are notified every single time that I upload. And now, without further ado, let's jump into bad money habit number 1. That is not budgeting. Without a budget, your money will disappear and you just won't know where it went. Too many of us are living beyond our means and relying on credit cards to cover the difference. And let's face it, this will just leave us like the average citizen, broke. A budget allows us to see how much money we're bringing in and where it's going. It can also help you make changes to keep you from going into the red. When you have a plan in place to live on less than what you actually make and save for a rainy day, you're actually ahead of the game. Tip for breaking this habit: give every single dollar a name at the start of each month, and don't forget to pay yourself first. If you feel overwhelmed creating a budget, don't even stress about it. It doesn't have to be a big chore. I myself am a big tech nerd, so I love a good spreadsheet, but you can get by using a simple envelope budgeting system where you systematically set aside money in different envelopes to pay for different bills. Bad money habit number 2, waiting to save. Saying things like YOLO and FOMO may make you feel like you need to spend all your money and you need to spend it now. I mean, why save for the future instead of living now, right? Wrong. When it comes to money, there needs to be a balance. Screaming YOLO at the top of your lungs isn't going to magically make your retirement easier or help you build wealth. Yes, it's important to live your life now, but it's equally important to save for your future and diligently work towards achieving your goals. So what's a good tip to help you break this habit? Don't wait. Even if you can't save a lot right now, establish the habit of setting a little bit aside each month. And anytime you get a pay bump or a bonus, reevaluate how much you can set aside each month. Bad money habit number 3, love of convenience. And guys, let me tell you, this was the hardest habit for me to break. I mean, even today, I think I'm still guilty of it, but I have gotten a lot better. And see, the problem is, a convenience purchase can be a nice treat every now and then. And it can even be, a necessary exception if you are, say, running late that day. But if you're regularly making convenient purchases, this is going to cost you a lot of money. So for me, in my case, it was with food. I don't like cooking, at all. It was very, very easy for me to stop by Chipotle on my way home or order something during my lunch break at work. And now with Uber Eats and Postmates, it's even easier to become an offender of this habit because you're home, you're in your pajamas, you're in your sweats, or it's cold outside and you don't want to go. So you just call and have someone bring it over to you. And that costs a lot of money. I mean, even between the different conveniences, if you look at what it costs to actually go to McDonald's and order something versus ordering it online and having Uber Eats deliver it to you, there's a difference right there between those two. So convenience purchases will cost you. Tip for breaking this habit: take a look at your different purchases and see if any of these could be considered a convenience. That way you can determine how you can go about tackling it. So for example, if you're the type of person that stops by Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks because you absolutely need your morning coffee, maybe consider getting up a little bit earlier and brewing it at home. You never know, it might actually taste better. In my case, what I did is I know I'm not going to want to be cooking every day. So I take just one day where I prepare several meals, put them in containers, and just pack them away so that they're ready to go. It saves me a lot of money. And let me tell you, those packed meals, they're even perfect for evenings when I don't feel like making any dinner. So yeah, take a look at the different purchases you're making and maybe see if any of those are coming from a place of laziness, because you might find a few bucks that you can save there. Bad money habit number 4, having a head in the sand mentality. You know the saying, ignorance is bliss? Yes, a lot of us don't want to accept the fact that we are having financial problems. Why? Because we just feel like this is the way it's supposed to be. Everybody finances a car. We've just kind of given up to the fact that, hey, this is my life. I'm going to be in debt and I'm just going to work. And, maybe someday I'll get a raise and I'll be able to get out of this. And we just stick our head in the sand and cross our fingers and hope for the best. And that's not doing anything. Money is not just going to magically appear to fix all your problems. You have to get your head out of the sand, face your problems head on, and take steps to remedy the situation. The tip for breaking this bad money habit is really simple and really obvious. Check your bank account, check your credit score, no matter how low you think that number is going to be. Even if it's really, really bad, at least you'll know. You'll know where you stand and you'll be able to determine what kind of steps you need to start taking in order to remedy the situation. And hey, things can only improve from that point on, right? So what do you have to lose? Bad money habit number 5, relying on credit cards. Now, I know a lot of people out there are guilty of this. Me, I learned my lesson when I maxed out 5 different credit cards and fell into this credit card debt hellhole. But I know a lot of people out there are still going through that. Even after everything that I went through with credit cards, I do think that they are great and they can be beneficial if you know how to use them. So unless you're able to pay off the full balance each month, using a credit card is the absolute worst thing you can do for your finance. When you don't pay every dollar in full, it's gonna end up costing you a lot more in interest charges. You could spend years and thousands of dollars paying off a down payment on a purchase that in the end you might not even remember what it was. So if you're using a credit card to cover basic things such as food, rent, or vacation, new clothes, or makeup like I was, you need to get a handle on that quickly. Tip for breaking this bad money habit is start an emergency fund, one that you can access quickly so that you don't have to rely on your credit card when you find yourself in a bind. And if you're the type of person that prefers carrying plastic to cash, consider switching over to your debit card and use that to make your purchase. If you have created a budget, you shouldn't run into any type of problems doing this. So we're halfway through the bad money habits, but I want to hear from you. Tell me down in the comment sections which bad money habit you think you can start tackling right now. Not budgeting or relying on credit card. Bad money habit number 6, ignoring small fees. I used to be the type of person that would sign up for trial subscriptions and then I would forget about them. And before I knew it, these subscriptions were regularly taking money out of my account. And you know what? Because they were such small amounts, sometimes I was just like, oh, you know what? Forget it. It's just $5. It's not even worth the hassle of getting on the phone and trying to cancel this subscription. But that is the absolute worst mentality you can have, because these small fees can add up. If you don't use your gym membership, cancel it. If you don't watch Hulu often enough, cancel it. Tip for breaking this bad money habit, take inventory of all the subscriptions that are regularly taking money out of your bank account. Which ones are you regularly using? Which ones did you not even know were there? And see if you can cut a few of them out. Bad money habit number 7, keeping up with the Joneses. So you know how I told you how in this channel we talk about how to become your own boss? by leveraging the power of social media? That's because I believe that social media can be very powerful. It has the power to connect us with friends, with celebrities, with brands, even with other people made famous by social media itself. But this does come with a negative side. Social media has made us privy to the movement of our friends and, ordinary people that share and document their seemingly fabulous life. We see exotic vacations to Dubai, Thailand, 20-year-olds buying the latest car models. Everybody seems to have this beautiful, amazing, fabulous life on social media. And if you're not in that place yourself, you begin to wonder, well, what's wrong with my life? Or what's wrong with me that I'm not living that situation? Or I'm behind. I need to be doing these things too. I need to be going on vacations. I need to be buying the latest cars. But the edited version of their life doesn't always show the full picture. You don't get to see the look of horror on their face when they open their credit card statement, or feel their stomachs drop to the floor when they open their checking account and see that there's only $100 in there. A lot of times we don't know how long someone saved to be able to go on this vacation, or how much debt they took upon themselves to be able to buy that car. Tip for breaking this habit: stop keeping up with the Joneses. They're broke. Whenever you feel tempted to buy something, particularly if it's a big purchase, ask yourself, why do I really want this? And if the response isn't something practical, then walk away. Number 8, not tracking your spending. Knowing where your money is going gives you control over your finance. You may find that you're paying for things you're not even using. And also a lot of prices can also change over time. A good example of this is insurance. Insurance costs change up and down over time, and they can also be affected depending on the area where you're living. You have to make sure that you're getting the best rates for your home, auto, and life insurance. Also, internet and cable costs can also increase from year to year. So make sure you're calling your providers annually to secure the lowest fees possible. Trust me, there's a lot of competition out there, so they want to retain your business. So if you call them up and say, hey, I feel like I'm paying too much on my bill, what can we do? They're going to try to find a solution for you. So tip for breaking this habit: take a more mindful approach to your spending. Try tracking your expenses for a full week. Even if it's 99 cents, make sure you put it on the list. And at the end of the week, pull the list out and take a good look at where your money went that week. You may find that you're spending more on a particular item than you care to, and you might find a savings opportunity right there. Number 9, impulse purchases. Now, I talked about impulse buying on my Stop Living Paycheck to Paycheck video, which I will go ahead and link here if you haven't watched that. And just remember, you are being suggestively sold every single time you walk into a store, every single time an advertisement is displayed. These are meant to get you to purchase. So you need to take steps that will curb that impulse for you. If you go into a store, take a list so that you only get the items that you need. Get rid of the one-click purchase on Amazon if you find yourself scrolling through Amazon often and just hitting the one-click purchase. But go back to the tip that I gave you about on trying to keep up with the Joneses. Ask yourself, why do I really want this? And again, if it's not a practical answer, then you don't really need it. Bad money habit number 10, running out of household supplies and kitchen staples. Now, I know what you might be thinking. You might be thinking like, wait, if I run out of kitchen supplies, if I run out of household items, I need to purchase them. These aren't luxury items. And you're right. But if you're waiting until you run out of them to repurchase them, then let me tell you, you are losing money. When you wait until you deplete a consumer product, you have to pay what your local store is charging for it, because guess what? You're out. You need it. So now, regardless of what price they have, you need to pay that amount. Or you could go to a different store, but then you're wasting gas money, and that's costing you too. So tip for breaking this habit: plan ahead. You'll be able to purchase your products when there's a sale going on, or when there's a coupon, or when there's a coupon code available. It'll allow you to save a few bucks on more things like toilet paper, batteries, pet supplies. And you know what? Every little bit helps. Those were the 10 bad money habits that I wanted to talk to you about. When it comes to breaking these habits, sometimes it's easier to just replace them with a good habit. So really take into consideration those little tips that I gave you. All you really need to remember is bring it back to basics. Live within your means, avoid consumer debt, and save for the future. As long as you do those 3 things, you'll be fine. So guys, I want to take this opportunity to shout out Mike the Investor here on YouTube. He has a channel talking about, growing your wealth through different investment programs. I'm gonna go ahead and link his channel down below so that you can check him out as well. If you would like an opportunity for a channel shout out, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell so that you know when my next video is going up. Leave me a comment down below. Your channel might be featured next. You can also find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm gonna go ahead and link those all down below for you. Until next time, bye.